This prisoner comes up with a crazy escape plan. He ties an anti-anesthesia pill with a thin thread. He puts the other end between his teeth and ties a knot. Then he puts the small medicine bottle in his mouth, and with one push, the whole bottle goes into his stomach. Then he breaks his lighter. He takes out the flint from the lighter and puts it under his fingernail. When he strikes a spark, he ties his shoelace around his wrist. He places his thumb at the edge of the table and presses down hard with his foot. His thumb breaks. After that, the guards handcuff him and take him to the hospital. Because the sheriff's son is sick and urgently needs a bone marrow transplant, and this prisoner's bone is a perfect match, when he hears the news, he immediately realizes this is his best chance to escape. That's why he had planned everything in the prison in advance, down to the last detail. When the doctor unlocks his handcuffs and tries to move him onto the operating table, the prisoner uses his tongue to pull up a vial of medicine. When the doctor sees that the man is tightly restrained, he gets ready to inject the anesthesia. At that moment, the prisoner squeezes with his fingers and breaks the small vial in his mouth. When the drug is injected, his hand silently slips out of the handcuff. The doctor is surprised to see that the anesthetic has had no effect at all. Right at that moment, the prisoner kicks the doctor. He quickly gets up. He pulls out the oxygen tube. With the flintstone he had hidden under his fingernail, he strikes a spark and the oxygen bursts into flames. He spits out the pieces of broken glass from his mouth and rushes out of the operating room. Then he grabs a defibrillator. He jumps into the hospital's air duct. The sheriff sees the prisoner running toward the bridge. He quickly tells the bridge operator to raise the bridge. The prisoner abandons the car and runs toward the bridge. The sheriff gets out and tells him to go back to jail. The prisoner excitedly says, "Even if I have to jump down, I'm not going back with you." Suddenly, a helicopter comes from above and aims at the prisoner. When the sheriff sees this, he stands in front of the bullets and takes the shot for the prisoner. When the prisoner sees how much the sheriff is insisting for his son, he agrees to go back and save the boy's life. They extract the prisoner's bone marrow and transplant it. The sheriff's son is saved. The prisoner, weak and exhausted, is resting in a locked room. When he wakes up, his first question is about how the sheriff's son is doing. The police officer says the operation went perfectly and there were no complications. The prisoner breathes a sigh of relief, but suddenly pulls out a pistol and aims it at the police officer. Because he has a new escape plan in mind,